She will not give the ball up. It's selfish basketball. It's a lack of awareness. And this might be the most egregious.
Did we just witness one of the most shocking displays of basketball selfishness this season? Fans are buzzing after Angel Reese's latest performance, where she blatantly ignored a wide-open Lexie Hull under the basket, arms raised, ready to score. This wasn't just a missed opportunity, it exposed a glaring issue in Reese's game. Why would a pro player pass up such an obvious assist? And how did Reese go from dominating with near double-double numbers in the first half to scoring 0 after halftime? The answer might just be a red flag for Chicago Sky fans.
More specifically, the Rose BC, more specifically, Angel Reese. And how one performance, and most importantly, one particular play, should send a shiver of fear, should frighten the hell out of Chicago Sky fans everywhere, because it's something, frankly, Sky fans saw a lot of last year, and I have been vocal about, and that's the fact that when Angel Reese gets the ball in her hands anywhere close to the basket.
What's up, basketball fans? Today, we're diving into a moment that has WNBA and unrivaled basketball league viewers absolutely stunned. If you follow women's basketball, you've probably seen the clip that's taking over social media. A play so shocking it's making fans question Angel Reese's basketball IQ, court awareness, and team-first mentality. Let's break it all down.
So, her game yesterday. My God. Right here, 71-62, a loss. And her game was ugly.
Let me set the scene for you. Rose BC needed points, and they had the perfect setup. Lexie Hull made a brilliant cut to the basket, finding herself completely wide open. No defenders, no pressure. The kind of play where teammates are already celebrating before the ball even arrives. And then it happened. Angel Reese had the ball in her hands, a clear view of Hull standing there with her arms raised, ready for the easiest 2 points of the game. But instead of making the obvious pass, Reese did something mind-boggling. She ignored Hull entirely. She turned her back on her open teammate, forced up a contested shot with defenders all over her, and, predictably, missed it completely. Now, let's run it back. Look at the play again. Hull cuts, gets perfect positioning, and stands there begging for the ball. This is Basketball 101. It's the pass every coach, from elementary school to the pros, teaches players to make. But Reese? She doesn't even glance Hull's way. She backs down, forces up a wild shot, and it clanks off the rim. This isn't just a bad split-second decision. It's basketball tunnel vision at its worst. The moment Reese gets the ball, it's like the court shrinks to just her and the basket. Her teammates? Practically invisible. And here's where it gets even more concerning. Reese finished the game shooting just 4 of 10 from the field. And those misses? Not deep threes, not crazy fadeaways, simple finger rolls and close-range attempts. The same finishing issues that plagued her all last season with the Chicago Sky. But beyond stats, think about the impact on team chemistry. Imagine being Lexie Hull in that moment. You did everything right, you created space, got open, called for the ball, and got ignored. How does that affect your energy on defense? Your willingness to keep cutting? Hull, by the way, went 1-for-9 from the field in this game. She struggled too. But I couldn't find a single instance of her blatantly freezing out a teammate. This wasn't just a missed play, it was a massive red flag.
Said before, guys, I've tried to be real honest about the fact that I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. And I think this might be the perfect example of that. All right? This is either before or right after the game. They got destroyed in this game, by the way. They did. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers.
What we're witnessing here is basketball selfishness that hurts everyone involved. It hurts Lexie Hull, who doesn't get the easy bucket she worked for. It hurts the team, which loses out on nearly guaranteed points. And ultimately, it hurts Angel Reese herself, whose inefficiency around the rim becomes even more glaring when she forces shots instead of taking what the defense gives her. It doesn't matter that Hull struggled in this game. She went 1 of 9 from the field, but that's beside the point. The team lost points on this possession because of Reese's selfish play, and that moment was just a symptom of a much bigger issue that completely unraveled in the second half. How does a professional player go from posting a near double-double before halftime to scoring absolutely 0 points after the break? The answer speaks volumes about why Chicago Sky fans should be worried. Rose BC entered this game on a 5-game winning streak, with a playoff spot within reach. Their star trio, Chelsea Gray, Lexie Hull, and Angel Reese, had the opportunity to secure the win. But only one player showed up when it mattered. Reese's performance was a far cry from the dominant 2023 season she had, and just days ago, she looked like a rising force. Let's look at those first half numbers again. 8 points and 10 rebounds in just 13 minutes. That's solid production. Any coach would be thrilled with that level of efficiency. You'd expect Reese to come out of the locker room ready to dominate. Instead, we witnessed one of the most dramatic disappearing acts in recent memory. 0 points. Not a single bucket. Not even a free throw. It was like someone flipped a switch, and the player who had been grabbing rebounds and finishing plays in the first half simply vanished. The numbers don't lie. Reese finished just 4 of 10 from the field. But the issue wasn't just her shooting, it was the same finishing problems she had last season with the Sky. These weren't tough shots. These were layups, finger rolls, and putbacks that should be automatic for a professional player. It was ugly. Really ugly. And then, there's the foul trouble. Reese picked up 4 personal fouls in the second half alone. That's not just bad luck. It's a clear sign of frustration and a lack of discipline. When players rack up fouls like that, they either have to play more passively on defense or risk being benched. Either way, their impact on the game plummets. So what happened at halftime? Reese had 8 points and 10 rebounds in 13 minutes, shooting 4 of 9 from the field, missing her only 3-point attempt and free throw, and committing 2 turnovers. In the second half, nothing. While Reese was busy collecting fouls and contributing nothing on offense, Chelsea Gray was putting on a masterclass. 38 points. That's what a true competitor does. Steps up when the lights are brightest. Gray wasn't just scoring. She was leading, creating opportunities, and willing her team to victory. The contrast couldn't be more glaring. One player rises to the challenge, elevates everyone around her, and embraces the moment. The other shrinks under pressure, becomes a liability, and leaves her teammates out to dry. For Chicago Sky fans, this should sound an alarm. What we're seeing with Rose BC isn't just an off night, it's a preview of what could happen in the WNBA season. The rebounding numbers will always be there for Reese. That's not in question. But basketball is about more than just stats. Camila Cardoso might be the Sky's best player, but how will anyone ever know if she never gets the ball? If Reese dominates possessions without involving her teammates, it stunts the team's potential. This isn't new. We saw it last season in Chicago. Possession after possession, perimeter shooters starving for touches while Reese forced contested shots inside. The problem has simply followed her to Rose BC. And then, there's the off-court optics. The unrivaled league has been trying to build momentum, drawing in celebrities and influencers to support its growth. Angel Reese has certainly kept things entertaining, but not always for the right reasons. While her team was battling on the court, she was busy taking photos with rapper Ghana. That's not inherently a problem. Many athletes balance celebrity and performance. But when your game is suffering and your team is struggling, where are your priorities? This isn't about hating on Reese for having a brand. It's about knowing when to focus. Reese is looking more like an influencer than a basketball player, and it's impacting her game. After the game, she was seen alongside Ghana, seemingly unfazed by the disaster that had just unfolded on the court. This wasn't just a bad loss. It was a brutal, eye-opening failure. Great players take accountability. They analyze what went wrong and adjust. But for Reese, the narrative keeps repeating itself. Every week, another headline, another controversy, another reason for fans and analysts to question her approach to the game. This isn't just about one bad game. It's about a pattern. When a talented shooter like Marina Mabrey wanted out of Chicago, people wondered why. Now, the answer is clear. It wasn't just about a change of scenery. She was tired of playing next to someone who didn't share the ball. Reese's refusal to involve teammates is more than just a bad habit. It's a fundamental flaw in her game, one that could hold back both her own development and the success of any team she plays for. At the end of the day, basketball is about making everyone around you better. Until Reese understands that, this cycle will continue. Teammates will feel ignored, chemistry will suffer, and teams will underperform despite their talent. This all goes back to her time at LSU when she embraced the villain role. Well, now she's living that role in the WNBA. Constantly in the headlines, but rarely for the right reasons. What we're seeing with Angel Reese isn't just about stats or shooting percentages. Basketball experts are pointing to a deeper issue. Her basketball IQ and decision-making are simply not where they need to be. This isn't just armchair criticism. Analysts have directly linked her refusal to pass to open teammates like Hull to ongoing chemistry problems. And the results speak for themselves. Her team took a brutal loss, and she played a key role in that failure. Some might argue that she was just shut out in the second half because of foul trouble. Fine. But elite players adjust. They find ways to impact the game even when their main skills are neutralized. If scoring isn't working, they create for others. If foul trouble limits their defense, they focus on positioning and rebounding. Reese did none of that. When her initial game plan failed, she had no backup plan. If this breakdown got you thinking about basketball fundamentals and team chemistry, hit that like button right now. Subscribe for our next analysis and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest WNBA coverage. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Reese can overcome these issues? Or is this just who she is as a player? Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.